Brightwin has finally updated their tier list for Rosana. So let's talk a little bit about where they have put her, if we agree with the pros and cons, and also our website where we have put Rosana and the pros and cons we have added in there as well. So as usual, hello the internet, welcome back to Rosana Waifus. I'm Sefhi. We're going to be talking about our favorite new girl. Look at this background, 10 out of 10. Rosana, where she's around the meta, if she's good, if she's bad, if you should pull for her, you should pull one copy. You could even actually skip one copy to be honest, because there is a lot of B2s that are really good. But being fair and being Nike, the game we're playing, you should get one copy. So that's it. All right, let's go into both tier lists for Brightwin and ours. Let's start with Brightwin. As usual, I'm gonna go with bosses. Is the one that I like the most because it's what I do the most. Right, most people right now playing the game, it's either catching up to a story or doing raids, right? Be it solo raid or union raid. PvP, I don't care enough. I'm sorry. So Meta, she is actually okay on S. She is SS for story low deficit, story high deficit, and both bosses with solo or adds S, and then for PvP is B. Okay, I could agree with this. She's with Helma Comarin Beast with Dola Leona Marciana on solo, and with us with Helma Comarin Dola Miss Marcian Senti. I would most likely not say Senti is like an option at the same level, but that's just me. And then Helma Comarin is depending on the type of content you're doing because it's more for elemental, but yeah, I agree 100%. So I will say some people are saying she's higher than what people are putting her, or that she's even better than other B2s that the current metas we have, but I do disagree 100% because her kit sucks. Like her kit is really good on the burst. That's it. Like her burst is good, the rest is not, right? So for example, skill 1, right? Damage 2 parts, niche. And then attack buff based on the caster's attack, which is trash. And it's also dependent on destroying parts. So niche. Skill 2, damage 2 parts increase. Okay, niche every 30 seconds, 50% uptime. And then deals extra sustained damage every second for 15 seconds, which means it's going to be in total, right? Another 50% uptime in there. But her damage as a supporter is not good. No bueno. So skill 1 and skill 2, if you don't have parts, you're not doing specific bosses, it's useless. Now her burst, it's really good, and it's what you want to level up. Okay, sustained damage only for one character right now. Damage taken debuff for 10 seconds. The other alternatives that we have for sustained damage or damage taken, right, as that is things like novel, where she's only for 5 seconds and depending on her stacks. So it's super conditional, 5 seconds only. And now you have Rosana that is 10 seconds, the full burst duration, and a really good buff. So her burst is amazing. Let's see what they are saying about pros and cons, where she is right now, as usual, investment tips, review, and everything else, right? And then we'll go also to our website. So pros and cons, massive damage taken buff on enemies, like we were saying on her burst. Powerful sustained damage buff. I will say this is a pro, but right now it's only for Sakura. So there is not really a lot of characters that can take advantage of this if you don't have both of them. Provides decent parts damage buff. Yes, even if it's niche, right? A niche thing, it is still a pro. Quite flexible, can be used with different B3s and allows for extra B3. She can be put on like basically any team you want to. Your B1 is most likely your CDR, then you have Rosana, and you can put 3 characters. Even if they don't do sustained damage, they can take advantage of the damage taken debuff. So really good B2 that's super flexible. You can put her on most teams and will work out of the box. And then lastly, insanely hot with a very lewd MLB lobby screen. Okay, I could put this as a pro. I think it's one of the best ones we've gotten this year for sure. I'm not sure how lewd or not it is. I don't want to get into this argument on every video. It's still one of the best ones this year for sure. Cons, lacks healing, hence tough to fit into the current meta. Yes, like we were saying, skill 1 and 2 are useless, right? So outside of bosses or parts or sustained damage. So it's really hard to justify bringing her over the current meta characters we have for B2s. Still is a good alternative. Attack buff is low value, stacking is dependent on breaking parts. Yes, her attack buff on skill 1 is trash. Without parts, her skill 1 and half of her skill 2 are entirely useless. They are useless, even skill 2, because her extra damage is not even good as a DPS because she's a supporter character. And then cannot open Nike on your phone in public if you have her as your lobby screen and will age restrict YouTube videos. Okay, this is half true. For those of you who are creating content, because a couple content creators have asked me recently, you can claim your videos to YouTube and they will remove the age restrictions. So all of my videos, as you can see, this one right here, this one right here, they are they have no restrictions. They are green for monetization, no problem. Sometimes they will be like, no, you can do this sexual content. Even though it's YouTube, we all know the type of content you can find if you want to on YouTube, but it is what it is. Claim your content, they should be able to remove it. All right, that's said, enough ranting about YouTube systems. Going to the investment tips. So they are going for, let's go into red and purple, which I believe is like high investment and like the best investment you can have, right? So for 710, 710, 10 long term. Okay, and for PvP, I don't care about PvP. And priority medium to overload, I agree. And then for cubes, Bastion, both cases pre-overload and post-overload. Okay, I will say for me personally, I have no reason to be bringing the skill 2 higher than 4. You can. If you want like the extra damage, you can take a skill 2 all the way to 10 if you wish. I will not take her to 7, 10, 10. I think it's too much investment for what she has to provide right now and what we can make use of. So let's switch into Root and Waifus, see what I'm recommending for investment. Again, this is just my recommendation. I'm not saying I'm right and they are wrong. Pride When has multiple people working on this. They put really good work, right? I'm just here showing what I recommend myself, right? So what I'm putting Rosana right now, it's on T1, which is right here, Rosana, right? And I'm putting her with a flag of situational and also pairing with sustained damage DPS units. You can put her on any team and she will work. She does not need the sustained damage characters, but let's be honest, any character with sustained damage like Sakura will be 1,000 times better than putting any other DPS that cannot fully take advantage of this kit. So that's going to her character itself. Let's check recommendations. Pros and cons first, and we'll go into the build itself. So pros and cons. Amazing burst with damage taken debuff on all enemies for 10 seconds and sustained damage buff for everyone in the team, even though right now there's only one character. Requires low investment to be usable. You can ignore skill 1 and 2 for most content, and even for raids you can keep them at level 4. Again, in my opinion, you could keep skill 1 and 2 and 4, just go full on the burst, and she already works perfectly fine for raids, right? And then cons, at the time of her release, there is not enough sustained damage units for a full team. Viper doesn't count, I would say, because how much you need for the treasure. Outside of her burst, her kit is too situational to be worth using. Damage to parts is not too bad, but boosts focus on damage are better in most situations, if not all, right? And then skill 1 attack buff is based on her own attack as a supporter, and the percentage itself is not enough to be worth investing. Even the condition to stack, because you need multiple stacks for this. And then lastly, skill 2 extra damage is worthless in most situations, since she's a supporter with low priority to overload. You don't need to overload her. Of course, if she's your wife, will go for it, but there is no need to. So skill priority 4, 4, 10. In my opinion, you can keep it at level 4, and she's gonna be making, perhaps she's gonna be working perfectly fine. I have no resources until I finish building Noah, because all of you are making me build Noah. Amazing. So 4, 4, 10 is more than enough. You could take, if you want, both skill 1 and 2 to 7, but I think it's too many resources. When it comes to the Harmony Cube, Bastion works, but since he's not a DPS, it doesn't really matter. You could go Resilience, you could go Quantum as well if you need the extra burst generation. And then the stats priority, it doesn't matter, right? It's low priority, but if you want to go max ammo, elemental, and attack, it's good additions to a character that can deal extra damage on elemental content, right? So those will be like the priority for the stats itself. All in all, though, like I was saying, I agree with Predin and what they're saying. I think she's a really good character. I do not think she's going to be replacing the current B2s in the meta. Knowing fuck low deficit, I always say the same, ignore low deficit. Most people are not in there. I think she's really good, but in comparison to like the current real meta characters, she is not there yet, right? We'll see over time what characters we get that can work with sustained damage. For now, though, she's really good. I would recommend, if you can afford getting one copy, get one. If not, skip and wait for Summer Annie. She should be coming soon. That said, that's going to be for this video. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the updated tier list, where Rosana is, how I'm feeling about her tomorrow. I will probably making like the final video, the final verdict on Rosana, after we've been testing more on solo raid and how she feels. Spoiler alert, really fucking good. Of course, this raid was made for both Rosana and Sakura, but it is what it is. That said, it's going to be for this one. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. Love you, bossos. Good luck with your pool dinner dates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。